Welcome to the Oh So Inspired YouTube Hop. I'm Shalana and I am so excited to be joining this talented team. On the 20th of each month, the collaboration team, led by Call Me Crafty Owl, creates projects inspired by a feature card. Be sure to check the description below for the full playlist and then hop along and show everyone some crafty love. Check out this month's inspiration card by Verena S at simple_stamper on IG. Its clean and simple design makes a beautiful lasting impression. So let's get started. I come prepared to make a similar card. I was inspired by the overall design and wanted to keep it simple. So I dug through my stash to see what I had that was similar in shape and leaf size. I did cut a white scallop rectangle and adhered it to my card base. I just needed a little bit more and that worked for me. So using my circle die, I cut 3 circles out of pattern paper, one larger than the other 2. I distressed the edges of all 3 circles with Catherine Pooler ink, so my circles would pop up off of the card. I wasn't sure if Verena's circles were white and ink blended or colored cardstock, but I went with easy in this case, as I was determined to make multiple cards in one sitting with other shapes besides a circle. I cut the leaves image from each circle using my vagabond. I repeated the steps 2 more times off camera. I added thin and slightly thicker 3D foam tape behind the circles and the leaves. This gave it some extra dimension and pop to the card. I used our card like a sketch and followed the pattern as I began to place the circles and my leaves. I made sure if I had dark circles at the top that I had a lighter leaf set versus a lighter leaf and a dark circle at the bottom. I then looked into my sentiment stash and I pulled out a sentiment that worked for me that was already heat embossed with some white embossing powder on black cardstock. Very similar to what she did, and it just made it pop. Worked really well with my overall theme. And all I can think about was, what can I do next? How many different shapes could I use? Circles, triangles, squares, you name it. You can even put some rectangles if you like. Now I'm going to work on finishing up this card. I love a good embellishment, and if you look at hers, she had a couple of pink and green colored gems that she added. In this case, looking at what colors I had, with embellishments that were in my stash, I decided to go with some silver pearls. I do think that it went really, really well with the blues that are in the card. So I did adhere those with my Barely Arch glue, which really, really made it pop. So to finish off the card, I added some black splatter. If you look at her card, it appeared to have some strategically placed black dots. Wasn't really sure how she got them there, but for me, call me the queen of splatter. I like it everywhere. Add black, add white, add silver, add the color in which you are creating with. It just takes the card to a whole nother level. So that's what I did. I just tapped in very small splatters, but when you look at the card up close, it was perfect. So look how quick this was. Quick, simple, and fun. Now we cut out leaves from 3 circles. I only used 2 on the front of my card, keeping in line with her card. So I had this extra piece, and I decided to embellish the inside of the card using that piece. Waste not, want not. So I did have a little overhang, and I just snipped that off right with my scissors. Here are 2 more cards I created using the same concept, different pattern paper, and rounded squares instead of circles. We would love for you to play along. You can find the hashtags in the description box. I hope you enjoyed creating with me today. If you did, I'd love for you to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with a crafty friend. Thank you so much for stopping by, and until next time, happy crafting.